TwitchCon 2025, day 2. Let's go. We're gonna have some conversations and we're gonna change some lives. Welcome back. This is day 13 of our marathon, posting one full-length TwitchCon video a day until we run out. In this episode, we begin with our new friend Lala Carpe Diem. We have a comprehensive discussion on passive income and other ideas for retirement. Let's roll.
All right, so I am, Tom and we streaming couple together. I retired early, all right? I quit my job. I've got a very, very, very small pension that basically just pays for health insurance, right?
All right.
But we are downsizing our lives. We're, abandoning everything. We're living on our boat at this point. We just sold our house, so we've got a little bit of income in investments right now. So we put that bulk money in 4%. It was 4%. Now it's 3.75 as the market's changed.
Yeah.
But it's just building, that's just interest per month. My goal is to try to get monthly income.
Yep.
Just enough that we need. I don't need to be rich. I just need to be able to pay the bills and travel a little bit.
Yeah.
And I want to do it early. I don't want to wait until I'm in my 60s and 70s.
Yep.
So we have some money just doing that. I have started investing in dividends.
Okay.
Because I don't know what the right answer is for retirement, but we didn't have any before I retired.
Yeah.
So now I'm just trying to create passive income where I can so that I can still be retired.
For sure.
Invest in dividends that create, I've been looking at monthly dividend things. I know some of them are risky. But honestly, at this point in my life, I'm just like, we just need to create this monthly income churn.
For sure.
We have a few properties, little mobile homes that we rent seasonally that I think this year will start, providing a little income. But for that situation, for where I am, what are some of the highest, what would you say the best way to create passive income, strategy-wise?
Okay, so there are multiple answers to this. It's going to be dependent on your risk tolerance. So what the kids on the internet are saying right now to do are, like you already talked about, dividend stocks. That's what they do because they generally pay a higher rate. If you want something more conservative, bond funds. You invest it, there's going to be some price fluctuation in it, but there's going to be a rate that they're going to pay you. So then there's mixed funds that are like the Wellesley Income Fund at Vanguard. I'm 100% biased. I need to let you know that. I worked at Vanguard for 13 years.
Totally fine.
I don't work there now, but I did. But like a Wellesley Income Fund or SCHD, I think it's called from...
I actually have. I'm in that.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's producing well, and I think it's also growing. So you have to decide what you really want. Because like the Wellesley Income Fund and I believe SCHD, they also have capital appreciation.
Right.
They're not solely focused on income. Whereas a bond fund is solely focused on income. It's not really concerned with capital growth because the way bonds work. You buy them at par, you get your par back at the end of it.
It just feels like the interest rate on the bond funds are so low.
Yes.
Like so low.
So this is where the risk comes in.
I know.
If you're willing to take more risk in the dividend stocks, right, you have the potential for more. But you also have a chance for the stock to tank.
How should I navigate that then? You know what I mean? Rather, I'm kind of a buy and hold person.
Yeah.
So I try to look at, I look at the Morningstar ratings and I look at all of the things to look at the leadership and all the indicators of something that's going to have some stability.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to play both, you know what I mean? Something that's got a little growth, but also it isn't even about the growth, because when it goes down, I don't really care.
Yep.
I'm getting, my monthly is starting to go up, and and I do look at whether my income and dividends is offsetting what some of my losses are. At the end of the day, I'm getting that cash now.
Yep.
Which has value to me with my lifestyle.
Yeah.
It might not be typical for what you might want to do with investment, but but the bonds seem to, honestly, no growth. A little bit of loss, it goes up a little bit, it goes down a little bit, it's just kind of stays there. And then the income I'm like, I would have to buy so much of this to create any sort of passive income at all.
Yes.
But I'm like, am I too risky at this point where I am? advice on strategies when you know you're in too deep?
So I would look up, I don't know that we can have a deep enough conversation about this, but
Okay,
there's
yeah.
something called the total return approach,
Okay.
where you actually don't care about dividends, you don't care about income. What you are going to do is live off of your portfolio. But how do you build it? Say it's like a 50% stock, 50% bond. The 50% stock will have all the dividend stocks in it. Your portfolio will produce income. But what you're really trying to do is create an allocation that you're comfortable with the volatility in it. And then you take advantage of rebalancing opportunities. So when stocks tank, you move bonds into the stocks, right? And you do that. But then you spend off of your principal because it's going up faster than the income that could be produced.
Right.
So you're limiting to, say, 4% on an income fund. You're not going to get more. Now, there are some, I don't mean that like a bond fund, sorry.
No, totally.
Right, like that is what you're getting.
Yeah.
Whereas if you took the total return approach where you're looking for capital appreciation as well as income, right, your portfolio is going to grow while it's producing income. You can then sell out of some, right? And then you want to essentially look at like a target amount. I don't know how old you are. I'm going to assume
58.
Okay. Say 3%. Look at your overall portfolio. You could probably pull out 3% for the rest of your life, and it'll last you the rest of your life. So that's how you look at it. If it's a total return approach and your portfolio is growing, now that 3% actually increases.
Yes.
Whereas if it's just dividends or bonds, you're most likely staying around that same asset level and then getting income off of that.
Right now, I'm reinvesting everything.
Okay, perfect.
So I am trying to get ahead because he's still working full time. That is, you know what I mean? We're right at that end and going, okay, how much do we need, to create that churn? And like I said, we've got a couple of pieces of property. They're very small income, but it's something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So if you don't need the income right now, 100% look into the total return approach or dividend stocks and bonds, all of them, all the stocks, the growth stocks, dividend stocks, small cap, mid cap, as well as the bonds, because then you can grow your portfolio. If you get your portfolio to grow, you can then shift it into income with a higher amount, which will produce more income when you buy the income producing securities.
I just need to learn when to sell. Now that's like my next thing, because I'm like, buy and hold, eventually it'll go up. I'm fine, it's fine.
But see, this is where and
I buy low, like I buy everything on sale.
I like it. That's a really good way to go. Buy low, sell high. But this is where the total return approach really helps. Oh man, I forgot what you said at the beginning there. No, I lost it.
No, you're fine. You're fine. My brain is full too. It's fine.
Man,
that's awesome.
All right, but the total return approach.
Yes.
I would be more for you since you're not using the income. I'd be more concerned about growing the portfolio first,
right?
Since you don't need the dividends. Because if those dividends are in a taxable account, they're going to your taxable income every year.
Right, and I don't know a lot about that part of it. I'm afraid that we might get burned on that, but we'll see.
Because his income, assuming you're like actually married on paper.
Yeah, we are.
Your income and the dividends you produce combined for your taxable income for the year.
Right.
So you'd rather have growth right now because you pay no tax on growth until you sell it.
Right.
And then if you sell it, that scared me. And then if you sell it, if you've owned it for a longer year, you're gonna pay long-term capital gains rates, which is a lower rate than your ordinary income tax rate, which is the dividends and your income.
I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
All right. What is a financial lesson that you've learned that you think other people could benefit from?
Oh my God. I would say the biggest one, I started putting away, you don't need money to be in the market. You just don't need money to be in the market. Like, you don't need a lot. You gotta have some, obviously, you gotta invest. But I was 18 years old and started investing $25, $50 in a mutual fund. And honestly, you guys, I'll tell you, and I wouldn't recommend spending it all when you're, 50 years old and you buy a boat to live on. But, just putting away $50 a month since I was 18, I had enough money to buy a boat that we are able to live on. And, you can have a nest egg and you don't miss the money. You don't. What you spend on a night out, put it away when you're young, when you're young. But you've got enough to invest.
Yeah, I love that. That is a
start.
great piece of advice. Great piece of advice.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
No, really, I really do appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah.
Those are questions I was interested in.
Trying to change the world. If you ever want to talk, I'm Free Advice Guy on Twitch,
There you go.
YouTube, anything. Reach out, baby. I just want to help people. And then if we talk on stream, our conversation, like this video, will hopefully help
Absolutely.
many people.
No, I need to follow right now and do all the things. So Chad, if you could give this guy a shout out in our stream, let's go learn stuff. All right? Let's go learn stuff.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Oh yeah, you need your mic back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal conversation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
At Free Advice Guy, our mission is to help millions of people achieve financial literacy. If you'd like to join the mission, click the Patreon link down below for a free budgeting worksheet and exclusive community content and live streams. Together, we will help millions of people achieve financial literacy.
I want to give a special shout out to our contributing Patreon members. Patreon is going to be the lifeblood of this mission. With your help, we're going to help millions of people achieve financial literacy. Next up, we have Sir Connor92 with a question about what he can do at his age to better prepare for retirement.
You had a question.
So I'm 52, I'm gonna be 52 at the end of the year. I've worked since I was 14 years old. Only thing I've ever done towards my retirement is put into my 401k. And there was a period of time, I had a little bit of background, there was a period of time where I actually withdrew from my 401k because I didn't know any better. And I needed that money to pay bills and things and whatever. So I don't know anything else about investing, and I'm pretty sure, at least in my opinion at this point, that I've screwed myself for my retirement because the 401k is all I have.
I'm gonna give you some good news. It's not too late. I don't know when you want to retire, like if you're looking at a normal retirement age, but the two things you can really control right now, jack up your savings. If you're not maxing out your 401k, that's a great way to do it. If you're doing pre-tax, it'll help you lower your taxable income in the current year. And since you're over 50, you can do a catch-up contribution, which I believe is $1,000 more into the 401k. So if you can, save more. But right now,
Sorry, it's the fighters from Miramar.
wow, that plane over there is making that noise?
That's probably an F-18 down there.
Wow,
Yeah, they take off. They're trying to get their flight hours.
that's crazy. All right, should we give that a second? Okay.
Give him a sec. He'll turn towards the coast and be gone.
Wow, he turned. That is so cool looking. Huh.
Right there now.
All right, so, and then the other thing you really need to focus on between now and retirement is getting your bills as low as possible.
Yeah.
Pay off your mortgage, pay off your car, whatever you can get rid of as a monthly expense, do it. The reason retirement isn't a magic number or a magic age, it's when do I have enough of a nest egg to be able to pull out what I need to live for the rest of my life.
Okay.
If your bills are low, your nest egg doesn't need to be high. But if you have crazy high expenses, you need a crazy high nest egg, right? So if you can just keep knocking your expenses down low as possible, eventually you'll get some Social Security and all that sort of stuff, hopefully. But you'll have Social Security there, and then you'll be able to just take the difference from your Social Security, your expenses, and then the rest comes from your portfolio. Hopefully that's not much. Then you'll be able to retire.
Okay. Yeah, I'm slightly upside down now. I've gone as low as I can go currently. I paid off. I had solar panels on my property. I paid that off. I paid off my truck. I still have my mortgage that I had to refinance in order to pay off my truck and the solar.
Yeah.
But I kept that. I did that intentionally for two reasons. One, I took my mortgage, my APR down from 3.4 to 2.8.
Okay.
And then I needed that extra nest egg to pay off those extra bills in order to try to lower my overall monthly expenses and stuff. So I'm only slightly upside down now, and that's only really because of cost of living in California at this point. I was beautiful for a bit, where like my electricity, they were paying me, and other stuff were really, really low, but now cost of living is now encroached into my income, because my income will only give me a 1% increase over time, over every year.
Yeah.
So I've been struggling. Now this is like probably the first year that I'm thinking I'm going to be struggling a little bit and trying to figure out other things that I can do to try to minimize what my overall expenses are.
So I would just work between now and be as aggressive as you can in paying off your house.
Okay.
Pay off your mortgage. You're upside down. I'm not sure what your total payments are, but if it's to stay in this house, pay it off as fast as possible.
It's roughly, it's just under $2,000 a month right now, my mortgage on a it was originally a $261,000 loan. Now I've increased my property value. When I bought it at $225,000 originally, I got the equity up on it to $680,000. So the house is worth $680,000 right now.
Okay.
When I refinanced, in order to get that lower interest payment, I only wanted the bare minimum to pay expenses. I didn't want. They're like, yeah, you can do $500,000 if you want to. I'm like, nope, I don't want. Like, I don't need $500,000 in my bank account right now. Just bare minimum, so I can try to pay this mortgage down and keep my mortgage payments at a reasonable, at a reasonable rate.
Yeah.
So 261 is what I'm sitting at right now. I think I'm at 8 years right now that I've been trying to pay that down on.
Okay. Yeah, as fast as possible. Literally just as aggressively as possible, pay it down. Your life will feel much better. And as you cruise into retirement, that's your largest expense in your life, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is.
Once that's gone, like what are the rest of your bills, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's going to be electricity and cable mostly.
Right. And there's a few other things to get in there, food, insurance, things like that. But the housing payment is like the most important thing to have paid off before you hit retirement. Cars would probably be second, or any other debts. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What's a financial lesson that you've learned that you think other people could benefit from?
Don't spend more than you have.
Love
It's
that.
about the simplest thing I can take and put. Always keep in mind what your income is and what your expenses are, and try to keep it reasonable.
Yeah, I love that, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate
Great
it.
meeting you.
Amazing. I hope you feel this too. The best time to start saving is now. It is never too late to begin. That's all for today. Be sure to check out tomorrow's video where we talk about the benefits of a 529 plan, debt, credit cards, and financing vacations. Thank you to everyone who chatted today, and thank you for watching. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video.